Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Vechain, whose current price stands at the $0.02612 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 0.58%. And in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, the Fibonacci's, the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. I'll kickstart my analysis by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Vechain from the all-time high has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $0.02 mark. And starting my analysis here on the daily chart, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, managing to break above key areas of resistances, but at the key area of resistance at around the $0.03362 mark we got rejected, and we have been seeing a massive pullback here on the daily chart, and we have made a new low at around the $0.021 mark. And after that we are seeing a bit of a bounce to the upper side, where we have also managed to break above the 20-day MA, which is now acting as support here on the daily chart. We have also managed to break above the $0.024 mark, which was a key area of resistance. And if I jump to the weekly chart so that we can see what we have here on the weekly chart also, here on the weekly chart you can see we had been trading to the lower side, and at some point you can see here we have weekly candlesticks that have small bodies and longer wicks, meaning the selling volume has been decreasing over the weeks, and that's why we are seeing a bit of some candlesticks to the upper side. And over here we have also seen an engulfing candlestick, that is a bullish candlestick, and that means maybe Vechain is on a movement that could be taking us to higher prices. And also here on the weekly chart we have also managed to break above the 20-day MA, which is also giving us support here on the weekly chart. And if I jump to the forward chart for further analysis, here on the forward chart, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that I was terming as an Elliot wave structure, having these as the first wave to the upper side, then a wave 2, then a wave 3, then I expected a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4, then continue pushing high in the formation of a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1. But that movement to the upper side in this Elliot wave structure got invalidated the moment our wave 4 over here retraced into the high of that first wave, and having done so I had to remove this Elliot structure from my charts and view this movement to the upper side as something else. And the only way to view it as is just an ABC corrective movement, making our peak at around the $0.03362 mark. And after seeing the formation of an ABC corrective movement, whatever I expected on this other side is a movement to the lower side in a 5-wave structure, and we have seen such a movement right here, having this as the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then a wave 5, making our low at around the $0.02 mark. And having seen that movement to the lower side in that 5-wave structure, we can now name that as a higher Elliot wave count 1. And whatever we expect after the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1 is a movement to the upper side over here in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, and that means higher prices could be coming our way here on the Vechain chart. And it's good that I give you a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 2 using the Fibonacci's. And because the second wave is a retracement of the first wave, we can use the fibs connecting them from the high of that first wave to the low of that first wave, and that gives me a minimum retracement area to the upper side in the formation of a wave 2 between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts, which perfectly lies between the $0.029 mark and the $0.026 mark, and that is the minimum that I expect that movement to the upper side to do. And from what we can see here on the forward chart, you can see we have seen that movement to the upper side, and we have touched that target area that I have drawn out over here, meaning there are chances that very soon we are going to fully maximize the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 2 before we see a very nice impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3. And to support that movement to the upper side, we have chart patterns that are giving us breakouts here on the Vechain chart, and if I draw them out, first you can see that we had been trading within this channel. We managed to break out of the channel to the lower side, and after breaking out of the channel to the lower side, we even saw a retest of the lower side of the channel, and after the retest was in, we continued pushing lower, making our low down here, and in that movement we were completing another chart pattern right here, which is a double bottom. And if I draw it out, we can have that as the first bottom, then saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, seeing the formation of the neckline, then continued pushing lower, seeing the formation of the second bottom, and after that we continued pushing higher back to the area where we have the neckline, and after that we had been seeing a bit of a consolidation before we saw that breakout to the upper side. And this is a chart pattern that normally breaks to the upper side, having the target area of that breakout as the height between the neckline and the top and the bottoms. So using a trend line, we can get that height and then place it above the neckline to give us a minimum target area back to around the $0.02539 mark. So we can say we have fully seen a breakout out of this chart pattern, and we have fully maximized our target area out of that chart pattern to the upper side. And the other chart pattern that we have information over here is an inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is a chart pattern that also breaks to the upper side. And if I draw it out, we can have that as the left shoulder, then you have seen the formation of the head right there, then the neckline, then the right shoulder, then after that we saw a bit of a consolidation, and then after we saw a breakout, managing to break above the $0.024 mark, which has been acting as a key area of resistance. And this is a chart pattern that also breaks to the upper side, having the target area of the breakout as the height between the neckline and the head. So using a trend line, we can get that height and then place it above the neckline to give us a minimum target area to the upper side back to around the $0.02589 mark, which we have also fully maximized to the upper side. And the thing that I'm happy with is that Vechain has continued to obey the Elliot wave structures, and it's getting us into this target area in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count too. So I'm expecting that Vechain is going to fully maximize this target area that I have drawn out over here. So I'm expecting a bit of higher prices within this target area before we fully maximize the target area, and then expect an impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 3, and that would mean a new low may be coming our way here on the Vechain chart. And for us to invalidate any movement to the lower side in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3, I expect to see a bull market here on the whole crypto market. Unless that happens, and also an increase in volume here on the Vechain chart, unless that happens, then for sure we are going to continue pushing lower after the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 2. We are also seeing support above the 20-day MA. We are trading above the 20-day MA here on the 4-hour chart, meaning it's giving us support for us to support any movements to the upper side. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the 4-hour RSI. On the 4-hour RSI, we are trading at around the 73 mark, meaning we don't have much of room for us to support any movements to the upper side since we have gotten into the overbought region, and that would mean at some point we might expect a bit of lower prices on the charts for us to try and create room for us to support any movement to the upper side. So maybe we might have a retest of these key area of resistance at around the $0.024 mark before we see another bounce to the upper side to fully maximize that target area in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2. Also taking a look at the MACD here. On the MACD, we had printed a bullish cross over here, and maybe soon we might be able to print a bearish cross. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.